One of the things keeping us super busy at the moment is silver, understandably so. It's making two very different headlines at the moment. The first being, if you look at silver since October, it's up a whopping 80%. You zoom in though, and you check it out since the 29th of January, it's dropped off by 30%. Believe it or not, that hasn't slowed up inquiry levels. The main reason being, anyone who was considering it across December and January but held off are now looking at it going, actually there's an opportunity to buy what I want, but at a 30% discount. There are two things to consider though if you're a first-time silver investor. The first is which product to go for. What I mean by that, silver coins or silver bars. It's not necessarily a no-brainer, but the majority of our investors tend to lean towards the silver coins for one big reason. UK silver coins are not subject to capital gains tax. So to put that into context, anyone who bought back at the start of October, they've got that fantastic upside of 80%, and because it's in UK silver coins, it's all theirs. The other story, someone who bought silver back in October, but in the form of bars, lovely problem to have, they've got 80% upside, but when they liquidate, that 80% growth will be subject to capital gains tax. Now, if you use a service like ours, we can help you buy it, store it, and sell it whilst it all remains in a bonded vault in Zurich. And the benefit of that, it means there's no VAT consequence. Don't forget, silver is an industrial metal and therefore it is subject to VAT. But that is only applicable if you take physical possession. So if you're someone who really wants it close to heart, we totally understand why. Confidence and trust in institutions and governments are at record lows, and that means that people want to keep what's important to them much, much closer. But as I hinted, it comes with that consequence. The second you take it out of a bonded vault, you are subject to 20% VAT. So again, that example, 80% growth, but you're gonna lose out on the first 20% because you've paid it to the tax man. Another thing to consider with the VAT consequences, if you are someone who thinks I will definitely want possession at some point in the future, you may not be better off starting with storage. The reason being is if silver again does what it's done, it goes up 80%, great problem to have, but you are subject to VAT the day you release it, which means if it is doubled in price, you're paying double the VAT. So these are just a couple of things to think about before you make that plunge into the silver market. However, right now we totally understand what all the fuss is about. Yeah, there's essentially a 30% discount on offer for those who still think silver is going to do great things over the next few years.